Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Pemko. This is their part number 110B. This is a mill brass interlocking threshold is what it is. This is just a 6-inch sample piece for purposes of this video. And we're going to talk about what it is, what it's used for. It's really a two-piece system where you have a hook strip, a J-hook, an interlocking strip that's attached to the bottom of the door, and the whole concept of these is that when the door closes, they mechanically interlock with the threshold. Okay, let's take some basic dimensional properties and then we will talk about where you would use this. The 110B is going to be 3.5-inch overall width. Its overall height, 5/8 of an inch. Just wanted to be sure of that. 5/8 of an inch. I suppose it might be nice to know the leading edge to where the door might need to, where you can expect where the door would have to be installed. The edge of the lip looks like it's just at about 3 1/16 of an inch. So from the leading edge to here, about 3 1/16. So your door is clearly going to need to occupy some space within here. So maybe 2 1/4 inch from the edge to the top of that plateaued area. Yeah, about 2 1/4. So your door is going to be in here somewhere. This is a 5/8 tall unit, so it's quite short. There actually may not be any that are shorter. There might be one that's 1/2 inch, but it's it would look more like a saddle type. The bottom line is generally interlocks are taller than 5/8, which means it would actually have more of a trough back here, and the concept of the trough here is that any moisture that got inside would be returned back out the face of the threshold by means of weep holes that would normally be drilled in the trough area and then notched in the face of the threshold. Okay, those are the dimensional properties. This hook strip you can buy separately. Just to put that on there, it's about 7/8 wide. Overall height, not that that matters very much. Looks like it's about 1/2 inch or so, pardon me, about 3/8. But what does matter is the underside of the hook strip to the inside of that bird's mouth, so to speak. It's probably about 1/8 of an inch, something in that range. That is important so that you can calculate your net door height to where the mouth on the hook, the mouth of the hook needs to seat into the lip of the threshold. Okay. Now, let's talk about where you would use this type of threshold. If you've not hit subscribe yet, we would very much appreciate if you did, and hopefully you're enjoying this video. Now, let's get back to it. All right, let's take a look at the item that we are discussing here. A 110B cut sheet, pardon me, an image, a cross-section of the item, 3.5 by 5/8. Tells us it's available in A, B, D, G. That means mill finish aluminum, dark bronze anodized aluminum, gold anodized aluminum, solid architectural bronze. Onto that you can do different finishes: satin brass, polished brass, oil rub bronze, probably a satin bronze as well, is what it is. Made of brass. It's a mill finish. Now that's really important. So let's take a look at some images that we have. It's really important to understand that it's mill finish, which means it's unfinished. It's streaky. It's raw. It's what pure architectural bronze looks like. Be mindful if you're ordering this that if you want something that has a finished uniform appearance, mill is not it. Mill is absolutely going to have these streak marks on it. Why would someone want that? Because they want the bronze, the threshold, to age and patina with time. This is basically what you get: a threshold, a hook strip. If it's a threshold longer than 4 foot, you're typically going to get 2 hook strips. Meaning, if you order a 60 or a 72 inch, that sort of length, they're assuming it's a pair of doors, you would get 2 hook strips. close-up section of the profile, that leading edge, the lip on the backside. If this was taller, this trough would literally hang down. It would dip down into this area, showing that a little from a different angle, I suppose. The entire threshold, the underside, showing your... And when the factory sent me this sample, they obviously just used some rough aviation snips when they were cutting that. It wouldn't arrive to you so curled. If it did, to a certain extent, you could flatten that out. Fasteners, probably a number 10 by 1.5 Phillips flat brass is what that would be. There is a option here, select water pan. If you wanted a piece of bronze to go underneath here, a very thin piece of material to help prevent the intrusion of moisture from actually sitting on top of your sill, you would order a water pan. I don't know that one would be required at all for this because there are no weep holes in this because it's not tall enough. So generally it would be not required on such a short threshold like this one. There is a link below this video as seen here to the manufacturer's page, and when you click on that, you'll be able to pull up not only all of the Pemko items we sell by means of this horizontal navigation as seen here, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. Let's wrap up this video on camera. If you've not hit subscribe yet, we would very much appreciate if you did, and hopefully you're enjoying this video. Now, let's get back to it. So in conclusion, if you have any questions on the Pemko 110B interlocking solid architectural bronze or brass threshold, please feel free to reach out to us. This is an alloy of 4 primary components in a certain percentage or ratio to each other that's conducive for hardware or specifically threshold use. As I said, you can do different finishes on this material. In the Pemko catalog, if you were to search for the 110, you'll ultimately find the page that it is located on. The point being is, in that section of the catalog, you'll find other interlocking weather stripping threshold type applications, along with other metal weather stripping perimeter gasketing applications, whether it be a spring bronze or a V cushion. And there are also manufacturers who make nested or interlocking zinc coated steel or bronze weather stripping as well. Any questions on this or any other Pemko product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you. Thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up, please subscribe, and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.